Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike with Simple Freedom with Mike, back at it. So sorry, guys. It's been a week since I've uploaded. I was not feeling well. Had a lot of stuff going on. No, I did not have coronavirus. Am I still quarantined? Yes, I do. If I don't feel good, I'm responsible and I stay home. And that's what you should do too. And obviously, I don't think that should be an issue, The other day, somebody looked at me weird for wearing a mask inside of the store. I really don't think that should be a partisan issue. It's like, you know what? Wear a mask to protect yourself, but also wear a mask to protect your grandmother and their grandmother and that grandmother. So, you know what I mean? Anyway, not getting political, just trying to stay independent. Let's talk about the latest polls. Obviously, there has been a lot that's happened since the last time we spoke. Kamala Harris is Joe Biden's pick as his running mate. A lot of people love it. A lot of people don't like it. So obviously, there's going to be people that get their feelings hurt and be like, well, why am I picked? Oh God, this person didn't get picked. You know how it is. It's like that on both sides. You got people saying, well, I'm not going to vote for her because of this. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. People are going to bitch. It didn't matter who we picked. They were going to find something wrong with their... we got people starting the birther movement again. Come on, people. Seriously? Are we really going down this rabbit hole again to start a birther movement? Seriously. Did we learn our lesson the first time? I guess not. But anyway, Kamala Harris is the pick to be Joe Biden's running mate. How that is, looked at, we'll see. I think the polls that have came out recently are before the vice president pick, so we'll see what happens probably next week. As you can see, Donald Trump's approval rating actually dropped a little bit. It was 41.8 the last time we talked. Now it's down to 41.5. That's really where he's been for quite a while now. We'll see what happens. They had Israel and the United Arab Nations made a... I don't know what to call it. Because the United Arab Nations and Israel really never had a conflict. And the Palestinians weren't even involved in this negotiation. So I don't know what it is. But nonetheless, I think Trump will get some praise for it. And his approval rating might go up. It might tick up to 42%. Trump needs to get that approval rating at least to 44%. 43 or 44, honestly. 44, if you're at 44%, you have, a very, very good chance of being reelected. And I still think he has a great chance of being reelected. Even at 41.5, it depends on voter turnout. It depends on Democrats coming together as a unit to vote someone that they have bitched about for 3.5 years. If you want this person out, you gotta vote for the person that can win. I've never understood that, To vote third party, you're gonna vote for someone. I understand you're voting for your dignity or whatever, but to vote for someone who can't stand a chance of winning, I just don't understand that. I never have. And whatever, do what you gotta do. But I just think if you bitched about someone for 3.5 years and you want them out of office, then vote for the person that you may not agree with on every issue, but, you don't, it's like, here it is. And this is either side. If you don't like Trump, but you like his policies or whatever, but you don't like the person, whatever. If you don't like Biden, or you don't like his policies, but you hate Trump's policies even more, it's like, okay, so I can vote for not so great of a sandwich from Burger King over here. I could vote for that. It's okay. It's decent. It's not the best, but I can handle it. Or you could vote for this turd sandwich over here. What would be better? Seriously. Obviously I'm getting off track now, but that's how it is on both sides. It's like pick whatever. What's going to be better, the turd sandwich or the Burger King, cheeseburger? It's okay. It's a little cold, but it's eatable. That's how I think about it. Anyway, 41.5 is his disapproval or his approval right now, and 54.6 disapprove of the president's job at this moment. Joe Biden has had some good polls come out recently, 52 to 40% in the data for progress. He was up 13 in that poll. Meritus College came out. That's an A+ rated poll, whatever, if you want to call it polls, A+ or whatever. 53-42, so up 11 in that poll. And a lot of these polls, obviously, there's been some good national polls, but obviously it comes down to the swing states. We all talk about that. So let's take a look and see. There was a Fox News poll that had him up 7, Morning Consulate that had him up 9, another one that had him up 7, North Carolina, which is actually, it is Trump and the average, actually, I think is taking the lead in the Real Clear Politics polling, which is huge. I mean, that's a big comeback for Donald Trump. But in the latest North Carolina poll here, Biden has a 1-point lead, which is, obviously within the margin of error. Mississippi, obviously, Trump has a 10-point lead. Wisconsin, this is a big one, 55 to 43. So that is a huge lead in Wisconsin for Joe Biden in that poll. So, stuff can happen. I mean, anything can happen from now to Election Day. It's an entirety. We're a little over 80 days away. Anything can happen. Stuff can change overnight. Obviously, we had the FBI lawyer is pleading guilty to I don't even know. I think it's a laughable charge, but I think it's a false statement or he did something to an email. He changed some words in an email or something like that. And apparently that's, what they're going with right now. And this whole investigation is they're trying to bring down people in the FBI for the Mueller report and all that stuff. But I really think it's a laughable charge. But we'll see what happens. I think that's going to please Donald Trump's base. It's going to please a lot of the conspiracy theories over all this stuff. So we'll see what happens. And then, hey, it could lead to bigger fish. We'll have to wait and see what happens down the line. So as you can see, not too much more has come out. There's some Senate polls. There's some Congress polls that have came out. There's a Senate poll in North Carolina that had Cunningham up 3 in that poll. So I'm trying to see if there was, I thought I seen a couple Michigan polls. Here's a couple polls. I don't think we talked about these. There's a Wisconsin poll here that had Biden only up 4, a Pennsylvania poll that had Biden up 4, a Michigan poll that had Biden up 5, but a Florida poll that had him up 6, Arizona, another one had him up 1, another one had him up 6. Obviously, you go into Massachusetts and it's Biden plus 36. So, and this is interesting. A Kansas poll only had Trump up 7. Obviously, Trump is going to win Kansas. I think he still wins Kansas by 10 or more points, but that is an interesting poll, to say the least. So we'll see what happens, guys. I mean, there is so much more to come. We had the debates. We had the vice president. We have that set now, Kamala Harris versus Mike Pence. That's going to be unbelievable to watch. I think both debates, or all the debates, presidential and vice presidential debates, are going to be it's going to be great. I mean, I would pay money to see these debates. I mean, if they said, it's going to be on pay-per-view, I'd pay $100 to watch these guys debate, especially Trump and Biden, because it's going to be back and forth. People have to know, yes, Biden is a little rough around the edges, but so is Trump. And Biden is not like Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton kind of took it, from Donald Trump. If Donald Trump says something to piss off Biden, oh my God, it might hurt Biden. He might say something that is totally you shouldn't say, but Biden is the type of person that will come right back at Trump and tell him like it is. And we all know that Biden is not afraid to say what's on his mind. Sometimes, he says a little too much and gets him in trouble, but so does Trump. So we'll see what happens. So as you can see there, let me go to the Real Clear Politics polls real quick. I wanted to take a look and see what they have, the averages. So hold on one second here, guys, going on the fly here. There was their average polling right now is, I think, Biden up 7.7, so almost 8 points. 538 has it at Biden plus 8.5 on the average. So if he keeps that lead into election day, and then somehow Trump wins, all the pollsters need to quit, because that is crazy. But I still think it'll go down. I think Biden, honestly, to tell you the truth, might have a 3 or 4 point lead going into election day, and that's within the margin of error. And it's going to be a close election, and we're not going to know who won the election on election night because of mail-in voting. It could be a couple days even before we know who won the election, unless it's a blowout on either side. We will know some states, like, California is going to go to Joe Biden most likely. Massachusetts is going to go to Joe Biden. Like, the safe Dem states, the safe Republican states, we might know on election night. But the states like Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, those are the states that I think are going to take some time. Florida, because they're going to count votes. A lot of mail-in voting is going to be happening. So it's going to take some time for this to be called. Let's go back to this. Let's see here. As you can see, I was talking about the North Carolina poll where we have Biden up 1 here, but Trump has come back and is able to take a 0.7% lead. Biden had a lead just last week. So as you can see, Trump has made a little bit of a comeback in North Carolina. So that's going to be crazy to watch. Biden still leads in Arizona. He's up 2 in Arizona, which is, rational. And let's talk Florida real quick. I think Biden has increased to 5. I think last week he was only up 4. So his average has went up to 5 in the latest poll. Pennsylvania, Biden has increased his lead to 6.4 on the average. And in Wisconsin, Biden has increased his lead to 6.5. I think he was only up 5 points last week. And in, I think, Michigan, let me see here. I think there was a Michigan poll that came out. I think Biden is still up, almost 7 points. So we'll see what happens. I still think, as of right now, if the election were held today, I still think Biden wins. But anything can happen. 80 plus days from now, it's an eternity. Anything can happen. And this is going to be interesting, my friends. If I got a little too political in this video, I do apologize, but stuff sometimes pisses me off. There are some ignorant people out there. You might think I'm ignorant. I don't know. I really don't care. But sometimes you just got to say what's on your mind. So, Trump supporters say they love him because he tells it like it is. Well, guess what? I'm telling it like it is right now. So, like it, don't like it, whatever, do what you got to do. Anyway, we'll be back on tomorrow with another video. Until then, guys, make sure you register to vote. Get out and vote for whoever you're voting for, because if you don't vote, you can't bitch. Take it easy, guys.